Good morning, my dear students. So today, let us discuss about the solution of linear programming by penalty cost method or Big M method. So there is a new term, artificial variable. So we have tried to understand what is the use of this artificial variable. So when a linear programming problem is put in a standard form by using slack or surplus variable, then there may be the case that introduction of slack variable only cannot provide initial basic feasible solution. Actually, when we put LPP problem in a standard form, then next we have to search initial basic feasible solution by looking where there is a unit matrix. But in some problem, so when the LPP is put in the standard form, so there may be happen that introduction of the slack variable may not provide initial basic feasible solution. Such case is tackled by introducing some more variable called artificial variable. To solve such problems, we usually use two methods, the Big M method or the method of penalties given by Charnis, two-phase method given by Danzig. So we have two methods to tackle such type of problem. So let us see Big M method. First, we put the LPP in the standard form by using slack or surplus variables. Then add artificial variable which are non-negative to the left-hand side of those equations corresponding to the constraints of greater than or equal to type. Say, let us see. Suppose the problem is like that. Maximize z equal to say 3x1 plus 5x2 subject to say 2x1 plus 3x2 less than or equal to 10, say x1 plus x2 less than or equal to 20, say 2x1 plus x2 greater than or equal to 5, say x1 x2 greater than or equal to 0. Suppose the problem is like this. So the objective function is in maximizes form, this is in the standard form, these are the constraints. The first two equations are less than or equal to type, the last one is greater than or equal to type. So in this case, first we have to put slack variable here, then we need to put slack variable here. Then third one, we have to put surplus variable in the third constraint. So this constraint, we have to put one more variable which is called artificial variable, this constraint. We have to put one more non-negative variable here. And suppose the constraint is like that, equal to type. Then if the constraint is equality type, then there will be no slack variable, there will be no surplus variable, but we have to put one artificial variable in this constraint. So if the constraint equation is greater than or equal to or equal to type, then we need one artificial variable here. So now the introduction of the artificial variable in this constraint, then it may violate the constraint because the addition is only on the left hand side. Addition of one non-negative variable on the left hand side of the constraint, then it will violate the constraint. So introduction of this variable will violate the constraint. So this artificial variable must be removed from the basis at an optimal stage. So now the new system is equivalent to the old system if and only if the artificial variables are 0. The artificial variables are 0 at an optimal stage, then the new system is equivalent to old system. To guarantee such assignment in the optimal solution, artificial variables are incorporated into the objective function with large positive coefficients in a minimization problem or very large negative coefficient in a maximization problem. So this is the objective function. Now we have to incorporate the artificial variable. Suppose the artificial variable here we have to put is a. Then now we have to like this, minus m into a. A is artificial variable, m is a very big number. So the problem is maximization type. So we have to write minus m into a. M is a very big number. Or if this is the minimization problem, suppose the problem is minimize z equal to 3x1 plus 5x2. Then we have to incorporate the artificial variable into objective function like this, plus m into a. A is artificial variable, so m represents the big number. So in this way we have to incorporate the artificial variable in the objective function. So these coefficients are denoted by capital M, and this M is called penalty. This M means these prices are unfavorable, and if at least one artificial variable vector is present in the basis, that is, at least one artificial variable is in the positive level, the objective function cannot be maximized. If the artificial variable is involved in the objective function, then we cannot maximize or minimize the objective function. We want to remove this artificial variable at an optimal stage. This idea of price is developed by A. Charnis and is known as Charnis penalty method or Big M method. So let us see one problem, how to solve this LPP by using Charnis Big M method. We have to introduce select surplus variable, then artificial, then select variable. So introducing surplus variable S1 in the first constraint. Next, artificial variable A in the first constraint, then select variable S2 in the second constraint, and select variable S3 in the third constraint. Then the problem may be written is maximize z equal to 3x1 minus x2, subject to 3x1 minus x2 minus s1. Then we put artificial variable here, then this is equal to 2. Then second one, x1 plus 3x2 plus 0 into s1, then 0 into a plus s2, this is equal to 3. Third one, 0 into x1 plus x2 plus 0 into s1, 0 into a, 0 into s2, the last one is s3 equal to 4. So in the first constant we have to put 0 into s1, s2 plus 0 into s3. Then second one we have to put 0 into s3. Then x1, x2, s1, a, s2, s3 greater than or equal to 0. So this is the standard form. Then next we have to write the initial simplex table. Make the table. The initial simplex table is CB, BB, XB, X1, X2, S1, A, S2, S3, S4, then ratio. So you put the variable here, 3 minus 1 here, 0 minus m, this is 0, 3x1 minus 0 into s1, this should be s2, this is 3. So a coefficient of s2 is 0, s3 is 0, this is ratio. Then you fill up this coefficient. 3 is here, minus 1, minus 1, 1, this is 0, this is 0. The second is 1, 3, 0, this is 0, this is 1, this is 0. You write 2 here, right hand member you put in the column of the basic solution. Then third equation, coefficient is 0, 1, this 0, 0, 0, 1, right hand member you write here, 4. So here is the unit matrix. The corresponding variable you write A, S2, S3. Coefficient of A is minus m, you write here, S2 0, S3 0. Then you calculate Jj minus Cj. You calculate. So you multiply 0 into 4, 0, 0 into 3, then minus 2m. You write minus 2m. Then you multiply here 0, 0, minus 3m. Then subtract minus 3. then this is 0, this is 0, m, then plus 1, 0, 0, this is m minus 0 means m, 0, 0, this is minus m, 0, 0, 0, this is 0, this is 0, this is 0, 0, 0, yes. So now you check the elements in the last row. So there is a 1 negative here, these all are positive, m is a very big number, so this is the pivot column. We need to next iteration, this is the pivot column, then you divide basic solution by this coefficient 3, then you divide 3 by 1, divided by 0 will not consider, so you take the minimum one, so this is the minimum, so you take this is the pivot row, then this is the pivot column, this is the pivot row, so the pivot element is this. So you can continue for the next iteration, you complete the table. So the member x1, the variable x1 will enter the new basis, so this a is replaced by x1, so you write x1 here, then s2, s3, coefficient of x1 is 3, s2 is 0, s3 is 0. You complete this, then you have to write this is 1, this is 0, this is 0. So now this 0 remains unchanged, so this row remains same. You write 4 here, 1, 0, 0, 0, 1. Then you change by this 3 by 1 by dividing the first row by 3, so you divide 2 by 3, then minus 1 by 3, then minus 1 by 3, then 1 by 3, this is 0, this is 0. Then you have to change this 0. How you can change this? You second row minus 1 by 3rd of the first row. So now 3 minus, you divide first row by 3, it becomes 2 by 3, so 9 by 2, 7 by 3. You write 7 by 3 here, then this is 0, okay, then you divide it by 3, minus 1 by 3, then you subtract here 3, then plus 1 by 3, so 10 by 3. Then here 1 by 3, then here you divide it by 3 and then subtract minus 1 by 3, then this 1, this is 0. Next you find out zj minus cj, you calculate, so this is 0, 0, you here it becomes 2, then 0, 0, 3, 3 minus 3, 0, this is 0, this is 0, this is 3, minus 1, minus 1, minus 1, it become 0, minus 1, minus 1, okay, this is 0, this is 0, then here minus 1, minus 1, 0 means minus 1, then this is 0, this is 0, this is 1, 1 plus m, then this is 0, 0, 0, okay, this is 0, 0, this is all 0. Then you check the member in the last row, so here is 1 negative, so next we need another iteration, so this is the pivot column, again. Then you divide basic solution by this coefficient, divided by negative we will not consider. Then you divide here, it becomes 7, divided by 0 we will not consider. So this is the pivot row. So pivot column is here, second row is the pivot row. So this is the pivot element. So next iteration, you continue the table. So now S1 will enter the basis. So you write X1 is here. Instead of S2, you write S1, then S3. Then you write here 0, then you write this one, and this is 0. The coefficient of S1 is 3, you write 3 here. Coefficient of S1 0, S3 0. So you write JJ minus CJ here. Then now this 0 remains 0. So you write this row remains as it is 4, 0, 1, 0, 0, 1. Then the second row you divide by 1 by 3. You divide by 1 by 3 here, 7, this is 0, this is 10, you divide by 1, you divide by minus 1 by 3, it becomes minus 1, this is 3, then this is 0. So now we have to convert this is 0. How we can do this? We can do adding first row plus second row. So you add it here. So 9 by 3 become 3. This is 1. You adding. So it become 9 by 3 is 3. Then minus 1 means 9. 9 by 3 is 3. Okay. This is 0. This is also 0. This is 1. This is 0. So you find out JJ minus CJ. This is 0. This is 0. This is 9, 0, 0, 3, 3 minus 3, 0, 0, 0, 9, 9 minus 1 means 10, 0, 0, 0, 0 minus 0, 0, 0, 0, 0, 0 minus m is m, 0, 0, 3, 3 minus 0 is 3, here 0, 0, 0 minus 0 is 0, okay. So now the last row, all the values are positive. So this is an optimal stage. So I will write here, since all Jj minus Cj greater than 0 and optimum solution has been obtained, hence the solution is maximize z equal to 9 when x1 equal to 3, there is no x2, so you take x2 is 0. So this is the solution. If artificial variable occurs in the last simplex table, then we said that the problem has no solution. But here there is no artificial variable, so the given problem has optimum solution. So the optimum solution is this. So if the artificial variable again appears in the final basic solution, then the given problem has no feasible solution. This is the method. So you try one problem. So you try to solve this problem by using this method. So solution is also given, so you check the solution. There is another method for solving this type of LPP. There is a two-phase simplex method. So that method we will consider in the next class. So let us stop today here. Thank you.